Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So if you are new to this channel, hi, my name is Jaspreet Kaur, and on this particular channel you will be learning different topics of your class 8 social science. And this particular video, it is in continuation with the last 4 videos that I have made on the chapter 2 of geography. So now let's start the video. So here I have pasted one picture for you, and you can see two trays in this picture. The tray A, it represents the soil that is there in this tray, and the second tray, here in this tray we are having plants grown in this. So now you have to tell me, you can write your answer in the comment section simultaneously. Like if I pour water in both the trays, in which tray the soil will wash out more? So well, the answer will be tray A, because we can see that in this tray, the soil is presented only and there is nothing grown on this soil which will protect the soil from washout. So the term that is used when the top layer of the soil is eroded or washed out, it is called soil erosion. So how soil erosion further degrade the quality of the soil? So we will be learning in this particular video, like what are the factors that degrade the quality of the soil, and also what different steps we can take in order to conserve the soil. So now first, let me explain you the meaning of degradation of soil. So degradation means when the quality of the soil start declining or it is start deteriorating day by day, it is known as degradation. So this degradation of soil, so this is responsible because of the two factors, that is soil erosion and depletion. So in soil erosion, we seen in the previous slide also, when the top layer of the soil it start eroding down, it is called soil erosion, because the top layer of the soil is having all the minerals and all the nutrients that is important for the fertility of the soil. So when this top layer it start eroding down, this will cause degradation to the soil. And the second is depletion. So when the quality of the soil start declining day by day, this is called depletion. So these soil erosion and depletion are the major threat to the soil as a resource. So now we will discuss what factors will lead to the soil degradation. So the first one will be deforestation. So you can see in the pictures also, like when we cut down the trees continuously, they will cause soil erosion, because we know that trees, they protect the soil from the soil erosion, as the tree, they have the capacity to hold the soil together. So if we will cut down the trees, so it will become prone easily to the soil erosion and it will degrade the quality of the soil. And the second factor is overgrazing. So in overgrazing, animals, what they do, so they eat the grass along with its root. So when the roots are also being eaten by the animals, the land will become barren and that land will easily prone to the soil erosion. So when there will be heavy rain or high speed winds will blow, the soil will become easily eroded, the top layer will be easily eroded, and this will further cause degradation of the soil. The third factor is overuse of chemical fertilizers. So we know that farmers, they use chemical fertilizers and pesticides to increase their production. So when they use these chemical fertilizers and pesticides, so this chemical, they seep down into the ground and they degrade the quality of the soil, and also they decline the fertility of the soil, which will further affect the production also. So the fourth factor that is responsible for degradation of soil is rainwash. So when there is a heavy rainfall in a place, the soil will become easily eroded, because if this is a mountain and there is a heavy rainfall, so the slope of the mountain, the top layer of the soil will easily erode to the plain areas. So this will affect the soil that is present in the mountain area. So this is how the rainwash will affect the quality of the soil. And the fifth one is landslides. So we have discussed in the previous video also that landslide is when the rock of the mountain, they slope down from the slope of the mountain. So this is called landslide. And this along when the slope, they slide down from the when they slide down from the slope, but the top layer will also erode it down, and this will affect the quality of the soil. And the sixth is floods. So in floods also we can see the flow of the water is very high. So when water flow with in high speed, the top layer, they erode the top layer along with the water, and which will affect the quality of the soil, and also the soil that is left behind, it is very weak and it affects the agriculture also. So now you have to tell me the steps which were taken by people who are living in your area to stop degradation of the soil. Like if I talk about my region, so in my region people are growing more and more trees, and also the farmers, they use organic matter which will increase the productivity of the soil instead of chemical fertilizers. So now you have to tell me in the comment section, like what steps were taken by the people living in your area, that how they are contributing in stopping this degradation of soil. So now let's move on. So there is one more question for you. So you can test your knowledge here. Overgrazing is responsible for causing soil depletion, floods, earthquake, or landslide. So you can answer this question in the comment section also, and also you can answer it at your own to check your knowledge whether you have understood the concept or not. So now, what different methods we can adopt to conserve the soil? As we know that what different methods lead to the, or what different factors lead to the soil degradation. So now we need to conserve the soil so that our future generation can also use this soil. So the first method that we can adopt is mulching. So what we can do in mulching? So farmers, what they do, so when they are growing crops in row, the gap that is there in the in between two rows, they put straw in that gap, and along with that straw they also put organic matter like vegetable peels or fruit peels, so that whenever there is a heavy rainfall, the water is being absorbed by the straw and they further affect the soil moisture which we need for the fertility of the soil. So this affect the, and this conserve, this is how the farmers use mulching method to stop the soil degradation. And the second one is rock dam. So you must have visited different rivers and you must have seen different rivers, that in that rivers how the rocks are being put in between the rivers. So these rocks are being put to make the rock dam inside the river, so that this dam will slow down the flow of the river, because if the water flow in a high speed, they will erode the soil that is present at the bottom of or at the border of this river. So the people living in the river area or near the river areas, they make rock dams in the river so that they will stop or they will slow down the flow of the river. And the third method we have is contour plowing. So what is the meaning of contour? Contour means slopes and plowing means farming. So in contour plowing, what happens is that farmers, they grow crops along with the slope of the mountains. So and also when they are growing the crops, they also made contour barriers along with that slope. So where whenever there is a heavy rainfall or floods are there, they collect the rainwater in this particular barriers, and that rainwater is being further used for irrigating the crops. So this is how the contour plowing method is being used for soil conservation. The fourth one we have is terrace farming. So in terrace farming, the mountain is being cut down into different steps and broad steps are being made, as you can see in this particular picture also. So in this method, the mountain is being cut down into different steps, and then on that particular steps, the crops are being grown. So this method will help the soil to erode down easily from the slope, and this will also stop the soil degradation. And the fifth method that we can adopt to conserve the soil is shelter belts. So in this method, like in the region of Rajasthan, where there is a very hot and dry region, so in this area, the people, they used to construct or they used to grow the trees along with the border of the land. So these trees, they act as a bodyguard to that land, so that a land that will be protected by the high winds that is blown in that area, because we know that when the high winds have been blown, they erode the top layer of the soil along with itself. So to stop the soil erosion, they build or they grow trees along with the border of that particular land, so that it will protect this land from the erosion. And then we have intercropping method. So in this method, the two crops are being grown together. Like we can grow wheat here and we can grow peas along with it. So as we know that wheat are being grown in winters and harvested in summer. So when the wheat is being harvested, we have one crop that is grown for the longer period of time. So that crop, when the wheat is being cut down and harvested, so that crop will protect the soil, as their root will protect the soil from erosion. So we can grow, or we can adopt intercropping method where we can grow two crops together, so that where when one crop is being cut down, the other crop will there to protect the soil from the erosion. So these are the different methods that we can adopt in order to conserve the soil. Now here is one match the following. You can take a screenshot of this, and you have to tell me the proper sequence in which these following section A and section B are going to be matched. You can tell your answers in the comment section. So this is it for this video. So in this video, we discuss how soil degradation is being caused and what are the different methods that degrade the soil. And then we discuss what different methods we can adopt in order to conserve the soil. So I hope you enjoyed this video. So if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and also subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much.